War is sweet to them that know it not. The war in Syria has been tearing apart the country since 2011, and the world simply watches it happen. This conflict that seems like it doesn't plan to end anytime soon is causing damage that may be irreversible. The victims of this war are the Syrian people, who don't want anything to do with it. A lot of them are looking to seek refuge in neighboring countries, as the violence and atrocities committed are too much to handle. Who are these refugees, you may ask? Some are men and women who have no political associations, nothing to do with this war, and have to undergo the violence that comes with it. Some are young adults who had planned out their lives, but had to put it on hold, either to fight for their elders or to flee the violence. But the main victims are the children, who can't understand who's who, what is what, and can't understand why the same sky they look up for hope is dropping bombshells on them. They are the biggest victims, as they don't understand this absurdity that they must endure. I interviewed in Lebanon two refugees, Samir and Mustafa, to see their point of view on the action.
My name is Samir Saad.
My name is Mustafa Saadi. We were born and raised in the city of Homs, Syria, until we were forced to leave together with our family as a result of the ongoing war.
The said war started in 2011, but it wasn't until December of that year that it started to directly impact our lives. School closed, my father can no longer reach his workplace, and there was occasional shelling on the residential quarter where we used to live.
As a result, our parents took the very painful decision to leave our home and move to a safer place. At that time, there was no safe places inside Syria, and accordingly, it was decided to move to another country. The decision was to move to Lebanon because we wanted to stay close to Syria so as to go back as soon as the security conditions allow.
And we are familiar with the country as we used to visit regularly to enjoy the many touristic services, shopping, concerts, restaurants that Lebanon offers. This time around, we did not feel that we are as welcomed as we used to in the good old days when we used to visit as tourists. The people of Lebanon had their reasons for their cold attitude towards the Syrian refugees. Lebanese felt threatened by the large number of Syrian refugees of 1.5 million in a country which populates only 4 million.
Lebanon has had a bad experience with the Palestinian refugees who were forced to flee their homes because of the Israeli occupation of Palestine in 1948. Despite the good excuses mentioned above, we still felt disappointed and bitter with the attitude of certain Lebanese towards the Syrian refugees. This feeling is driven by the fact that Lebanon and Syria have so much in common, and also because Syria has welcomed waves of Lebanese refugees during the Lebanese civil war that lasted for 15 years.
The last exodus of Lebanese refugees to Syria was in 2006 during the Israeli war on Lebanon. Lebanese refugees in Syria were never treated as refugees by the Syrian people and authorities, and were given almost all the rights given to the Syrian people.
Nevertheless, we consider ourselves lucky moving to Lebanon when we compare ourselves with the Syrians who fled to Turkey and certain Europe countries.
Syrian refugees in these countries are continuously reminded that they are strangers and that they are not welcome. The same countries have played an active role in the Syrian war, but do not want to live up to their responsibilities towards the refugees who are victims of this ugly war.
It has been more than 6 years since we moved to Lebanon. It has not been easy, but we are full of hope that our return is getting closer by the day, as there is no place like home.
Syria was one of the most thriving countries in the Middle East, but now it has become a reminder of what happens when we as humans fight. Let it be a lesson to the world. Please treat our Syrian brethren as they should be treated, because they do not deserve what is happening to them.